Hello, everybody, and welcome to the next episode of New Earth TV Live. I'm actually back in my old-fashioned OBS studio. I was using Restream before, but it was just getting very, very clunky and just a lot of lag in it, so I decided to hang up Restream and come back into my old OBS studio roots, so I'm just broadcasting today on YouTube. So, again, thank you, everybody, for joining me for the next New Earth TV Live. And of course, we are going to start off with some announcements. So the first one is the upcoming Adronis, the Cosmic Administration. You guys may have seen the new video that I put up the other day. And this is going to be happening Saturday, March 13th. Now, we're well over halfway sold out. So again, this is going to be a really, really exciting webinar where Adronis is going to be coming through. He's going to be talking about the Cosmic Administration, a lot of the behind-the-scenes kind of topics about what is happening. Lifetime in between lifetimes, galactic humans that are the guardians as well too. There's a lot of great information that's going to be in this webinar. So again, it's called the Cosmic Administration, happening Saturday, March 13th, starting at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. So you can just go to newearthteachings.com to register. You'll see the poster there. Click on the poster, and that'll take you to the registration page as well too. So this is recorded as well too. So for those of you who do attend, you'll get a free recording. For those of you who will not be able to attend, don't worry. It'll be on Vimeo on demand, usually about 24 to 48 hours after the live event. So go ahead and check that out. And we're going to move on to our next announcement. And that is the Healing Code cards, Body Deck and Mind Deck. Now available, the Mind Deck printed edition. They're selling very, very fast on Amazon. I'm doing what I can to try and get the new boxes over to Amazon, but it's been a really big pain with customs. Customs is just horrible right now. So there's been a little bit of delays in me trying to get the printed editions of both the Body Deck and the Mind Deck on Amazon. It should be there very, very soon. But again, if you're having trouble with trying to grab a copy on Amazon, just go to healingcodecards.com, order them there. Again, they ship worldwide if you're having trouble with Amazon.ca or Amazon.com. Okay, and of course the digital editions are available both for the Mind Deck and the Body Deck. So go ahead and check that out. Beautiful, sacred geometrical clothing, apparel, and accessories imbued with spirit source energy to heal, rejuvenate, detoxify, and strengthen the body. Shop now at healingcodeshop.com. And of course, Healing Code Shop is still available as well too. Getting your t-shirts. I'm always wearing my t-shirts, so as soon as I take them out of the washer, it's like, okay, great, here's a youth body enhancer. Okay, great, here's a way shower, here's a rejuvenator, etc. So once laundry day is finished, then I'm just wearing my wearing my Healing Code Shop t-shirts to death. And I'm like, okay, great, they're all dirty now, so I gotta wear other clothes. So I guess that's maybe what I have to do with my entire wardrobe, is I just start buying my entire wardrobe on healingcodeshop.com. I think that's what I'll have to do. But anyways, thank you guys, and thank you for the contribution, E. I appreciate that. We are going to go ahead and get started. We are going to do another guided meditation for Mother Earth, just as we did last week and the week before. Okay. So with this, all you guys are going to have to do, we're going to be doing the group healing here after as well too. But we're going to firstly start off with doing the black ball, white ball technique. If you guys are familiar with that on my YouTube channel and you're aware of how that works, then you're in good company here. If not, just follow along with the guided meditation as we connect with Mother Earth, and then afterwards we'll be getting into group healing, and then we'll be getting into Q&A as well too. Okay, so let's get ourselves nice and comfortable, making sure the body is free of any tension, placing our hands upon the center of our chest, and taking a deep breath in, deep breath out. And once again, deep breath in, deep breath out. And one last time, deep breath in, and deep breath out. And now I just want you to bring your focus and awareness down to the bottom of your feet. I want you to feel like black roots are coming out through the bottom of the feet, and they're going deeper and deeper into the earth, connecting directly to her core, to her heart. And I want you now just to feel yourself leaving your physical body. And I want you just to feel yourself immersing into the body of Mother Earth. So you are feeling yourself as the planet. You are feeling yourself as the Earth. You're feeling her land. You're feeling her oceans. You're feeling her deep interior. The tectonic plates, the internal crust, the deeper internal oceans, right into her heart, in the center of the planet. And you're irradiating yourself out, feeling yourself connecting to her sky, to her atmosphere, to everything that represents Mother Earth. You are now the body of the Earth. And I want you now just to imagine that you are zooming out of the Earth and you're seeing her from a third-person perspective. And as you zoom out of the Earth and you see her in the third person, just above the Earth you are seeing a black ball. And that black ball is now extracting a black root. And that black root is now starting to divide and going both into the northern and southern poles of the planet, where that root is continuing to divide more and more, covering the interior of the Earth and expanding itself outwards, covering the exterior of the Earth, so that the entirety of the Earth is now covered with these dividing black roots. And as we look inside the black roots, we see the Earth, and we are just seeing these areas of black liquid dense energy upon her surface and within her interior. And these are the very energies that we are going to clear away and place directly into the black ball. But before we do that, we want to firstly do an apologetic affirmation between ourselves and the Earth. And so you can repeat after me with this affirmation. I apologize to the Earth for being neglectful regarding these conditions that she has experienced. I ask for Mother Earth's forgiveness, and I ask for her assistance to help clear away these conditions upon her, releasing them to Spirit, to be purified and forgiven in totality. And so it is. All right, so let's take a deep breath in, deep breath out. And I want you again just to feel your connection with the Earth. And after you have given that sincere, authentic, apologetic affirmation, you are now feeling her relinquishing a lot of this dense energy, black liquid. And now you're seeing the roots absorbing all of that black liquid dense energy through Mother Earth and connecting that black liquid dense energy into the black ball, storing it there. And during this time, we are going to have 3 minutes of silence so that we can concentrate and put as much of that black liquid dense energy into the black ball as possible. So we will now have 3 minutes of silence as we perform this task. Another 30 seconds. Okay, and now that we have placed all of that black liquid, dense energy into the black ball, we are now going to go ahead and connect with Spirit. And through Spirit, I will share an affirmation, a command, to clear all of the black liquid dense energy from the black ball. So I'll take a moment now as I connect with Spirit. I command God's Spirit Light to cancel out, eliminate, neutralize, and purge all of the black liquid dense energy contained within the black ball through everybody that is participating with this meditation here and now in this moment, to purge all of that black liquid dense energy from the black ball that they see, putting it up into source consciousness to be purified and forgiven in totality. Apply. Okay, we'll take another deep breath in, deep breath out. And now in this moment, just looking into the black ball, seeing if all of that black liquid dense energy has now been completely removed from the black ball. If it has not, if you see a little bit of residual there, what I want you to do is I just want you to look at that black ball and you're just saying the words, I love you, I love you, I love you, repetitively. And just continuing to say that to the black ball until all of that black liquid dense energy is completely removed. Once it's completely removed, you'll see the black ball disappearing. And in its place, we will see the white ball appear. So the white ball is the positive reinforcement energy. It's the love energy that we're now going to bring into the earth. Now that we have cleared out a lot of the debris contained within and upon the earth, we're now going to put a lot of love energy within and upon the earth in return. So with this hollow white ball that you see again above the earth, you'll see a white root. And again, just as before, you'll see the white root going into the northern and southern poles of the earth, okay, connecting there, dividing that root, and it'll connect throughout the entirety of the earth. So the inside and outside of the earth is covered with this tranquil white root energy. And now we're going to focus on that white ball. And again, I just want you to feel yourself going upon the earth and taking flight. And upon this earth, there is no other human being. On this earth, it is only you. You have taken flight. You are now soaring through the skies as fast as you like. And you are just witnessing the beauty of Mother Earth. For there are no buildings, there are no houses, there is nothing man-made on this earth. There are no human beings. There are certainly animals, there are certainly other creatures. But you are simply seeing the raw nature of Mother Earth herself. And I want you to feel all that love that you have for the earth as you continue to soar through the sky, as you look at her magnificent oceans, as you look at her beautiful lands, the mountains, everything that is truly magnificent on the earth. I want you just to spread your love upon these beautiful sights. And as you spread your love, you're feeling that white ball become filled up with that white light. That white light represents your love and Mother Earth's love together as one. Feel yourself going through the forests and through the jungles, seeing the beautiful animals there, the beautiful nature. Feel the air upon you as you soar through the sky. Feel the sun reflecting down upon you as you continue to fly. All these beautiful things, all these magnificent things that you feel, that you witness through the earth, give that to the white ball. Fill that white ball with that white light, liquid energy. As you enjoy and appreciate and honor everything that Mother Earth is. For she is your mother, you are her child, and she loves you unconditionally. Bring that love back to her. And feel that love coming into the white ball now. Okay, so now with that white ball above the earth, filling it with all of that love energy, I'm going to go ahead and connect to Spirit again, and we're just going to distribute all of that love energy through the white ball, placing that upon the areas of the earth to where there was previously that black liquid dense energy. So I will go ahead and connect with Spirit. I command God's Spirit Light to place healing code commands directly into the white ball containing the white liquid through everybody who is participating with this meditation here and now in this moment, taking all of that beautiful white liquid energy in the white ball, representing pure love, and distributing it throughout the entire earth to any and all areas upon herself that require this deepest levels of love, saturating all of those areas with this love, rejuvenating, regenerating, replenishing, purifying, and perfecting Mother Earth with our love. Apply. Okay, just feeling that white ball now, and all of its white light, liquid, transferring directly to the earth, and just feeling all of that love energy coming upon the earth right now, enriching her, purifying her, and perfecting her. And we'll take another deep breath in, deep breath out. And we're now going to feel ourselves coming back into the physical body, coming back into the present moment. And when you are ready, you can open your eyes. Okay, so thank you to everybody who is participating with that. Like I said, I like to do this on a weekly basis. Now, next week, we have a special show, and that is, of course, Empathic Interfacing Live. Okay, so this is happening next Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific, where I will be performing empathic interfacing with Athena of the Delphi Inner Earth Civilization. So that'll be happening next week. So we won't be doing any guided meditations for next week, but we will be doing a guided meditation, a way to connect with Athena. And of course, Rayar will also be joining for a light language transmission as well too. So the second thing we're going to do is we're going to do a group healing now. Okay, and then we're going to move on into Q&A. So this is for all of you. As we've worked with the earth, now we're going to work with ourselves. All right. So you have already connected with the earth, right? Your feet are already grounded into the earth. And now I just want you to imagine that green beam of light coming down and just slowly scanning your body. From the top of your head, going all the way down to the bottom of your feet. And I want you just to be aware of any harshness, any stress, any tension, right? If there's a particular area within your body that you want to work with during this group healing, this is the time for you now to connect with that area, as we're going to clear out the black liquid dense energy. Okay, so this could be an organ. This could just be an emotional area within your body. Again, for those of you who are regulars, because many of you are, you already know what you're doing. For those of you who are tuning in for the first time, if you have an emotional issue that you want to help clear in this group meditation, group healing, then basically you're just thinking of what that emotional situation is, a trauma, whatever it may be. And you're looking to where you may feel that area within the body is located pertaining to that trauma, right? So you may feel it in your heart, you may feel it in your stomach, you may feel it in your knees, etc. That's what you're linking to as you're doing this scan, okay? So just discovering your area or areas that you want to clear away with that black liquid dense energy that you're seeing. Okay, and now we're just going to place our hands upon the center of our chest, and we're going to see the black ball contained in the center of the chest. And now we're going to see a black root coming out through the ball and connecting to that area or areas that you want to clear away. So you're seeing that black liquid dense energy. Okay, and you're just wrapping the root around that area. And once again, we are going to do the apologetic affirmation to loosen the black liquid dense energy from the body so that we can put it into the black ball and then clear it. So again, you guys can repeat after me with the affirmation. I apologize to my body for being neglectful regarding this condition. I ask for my body's forgiveness as well as its assistance to clear away this condition, release it to spirit, to be purified, and to be forgiven in totality. And so it is. Okay. So we have given that apologetic affirmation to our body. Body feels really good when you're talking to it. So again, we're going to feel that black liquid dense energy get loosened by the body. And now all of that black liquid dense energy is going to be absorbed through the black root, putting it into the black ball here and now. And so as you feel that black liquid dense energy filling itself up in the black ball, I will once again connect with spirit. I command God's spirit light to cancel out, eliminate, neutralize, and purge all of the black liquid dense energy contained within the black ball of anyone who is witnessing, performing this meditation here and now, clearing all of that black liquid dense energy from the black ball, putting it up into source consciousness to be purified and forgiven in totality. Apply. Okay, deep breath in, deep breath out. All right, so like I said, if you do have a little bit of black liquid dense energy still in the black ball, residuals, just again, say I love you repeatedly to that area within your body, right, to the black liquid, just saying I love you, I love you, I love you, feeling all of that liquid leaving the ball, and then seeing the black ball disappear. As the black ball disappears, we now see the white ball. Okay, so we're just doing the exact same thing that we have done with the earth. Okay, so now we're putting our hands over that hollow white ball, and we're now just going into our mind. And we're thinking of something very positive, very enriching, very beautiful. Again, if it's just you flying above the earth, just as you did previously, and that brought a lot of love into you, then you're just doing the same thing. And you're bringing that white light liquid directly into the white ball. Okay, or it could be a good memory that you have in your life, or it could be a dream, anything of that nature. Just reinforcing positive energy, love energy into yourself and filling up that white ball. Okay, so let's do that now. Okay, so as we're filling up that energy, like I said, if you need more time, just go back to the recording and you can retry this again as well and reapply it to yourself. But as that energy now is filling up in the white ball, I will now connect with spirit again. I command God's spirit light to imbue healing code commands directly into the white ball and the white liquid contained within the white ball of every single person that is performing this meditation with me here and now. Taking all of that pure, loving, white liquid love energy and distributing it into their bodies to where the black liquid dense energy previously existed. And putting this love energy directly into those areas, replenishing, rejuvenating, repairing, and purifying and perfecting their body with this pure, loving, white liquid energy. Apply. Okay, another deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay. So, once again, we'll come back into the present moment. Thank you again, everybody, for performing this with me. And hope you're feeling a lot better as well, too. All right. So, we're now going to go on into Q&A now. So, if you guys do have any questions that you want to place into the live chat, you can feel free to do so. Okay. I think we already have a couple questions right now that I'll go through. But again, now is the time if you want to place any Q&A here. Either for myself or for Adronis. Either is fine. Okay, so we have one question here from Mira Adams. And Mira says, a question, what is happening with the energies of the earth for the past week and a half? I've been feeling a multitude of emotions. Yeah, you're not alone. February has certainly been a very emotional month. I would just say for the entirety of February. It's been a very, very strong emotional month. Astrologically, there's a lot of this that's happening, right? There's a lot of emotional energy that's coming out of us as well too. And like I said, it's kind of like the earth is just stripping away these old layers of debris, these old dense layers in that particular way. There's a lot of activations happening. So it's kind of like a lot of stuff is being pulled out from the core and is now coming into the surface. Athena has talked about a few weeks ago when I was doing some empathic interfacing with her, that she said that this time is going to happen, that there's going to be a lot of dense energy spewing from the core, and it's going to come to the surface of the earth. So again, whenever we have a lot of earth changes, when we have volcanoes, when we have weather changes, weather manipulation, earthquakes, etc., all of that energy is being released to the surface, and we get it. And now we're going to experience a lot of that dense energy that has been buried under the earth for a very, very long time. And now it's coming to the surface, and we have to process it as well too, because we're part of the living energies of the earth. So this is really what February has represented. So there's been a lot of release, a lot of purging happening. And of course, the entire month of February has certainly felt like that. So this will continue. Definitely March feels like more of an aggressive month, right? There's a lot of change. I was actually just putting something on my Facebook last night relating to just a shared feeling. So like I said, I don't really do public predictions anymore. But I was just getting a feeling last night. I was getting a reading. I was like, should I share this with people, right? I don't want to make it feel like it's a prediction or anything like that. And I said, well, it's just a shared perspective. So I went ahead and shared it, and I feel like there's a very large event that is about to happen. I feel that could be happening in March. Again, I'm not trying to make this sound like a prediction at all. It's just a perspective. But I feel that there's a really big event about to happen. And it's almost like, the best way I could summarize it is the tower in the tarot, right? Because that was part of the reading I was getting, was the tower in the tarot, right? Just like a lightning bolt hitting this tower. And this tower is the establishment, right? And there's this gigantic lightning bolt that is a vicious lightning bolt. And it just, it's almost like seeing the tower, completely shatter in half with this lightning bolt that's coming in. So it has been a very, very emotional month. There's been a lot of restrictions happening in the month of February. If you guys follow astrology, right? Like I said, I work with Vedic astrology. That shows in a lot of the charts as well too. There's a lot of intensity. There's a lot of shakeup within governmental situations as well too, political field, even our own sociological platforms as well too. There's been a lot of shakeup, right? So it's kind of like the tremors in February representing this emotional turmoil, and now it's going to transform into lightning, and lightning is just going to strike this tower, and it's like a slow motion scene in a movie, right? The tower, the lightning hits the tower, like everything just slowly starts to break apart. That's really what's happening. And from what I was getting, this is leading into a very, very positive change, right? A lot of people are afraid of vaccines, the vaccinations. I feel that this is one of the things that is just going to completely tumble to the ground, right? I also feel it's something with the financial systems as well too. Major change with that. Not too long ago, we've heard that the Federal Reserve was actually down for like an hour, right? Not even being able to send out payments and stuff like that. And that could be like the tip of an iceberg of something even bigger happening, right? So it could be the rise of cryptocurrency. It could be the rise of Bitcoin and all that. Like I said, I'm not trying to get into the political information too much, but this is just part of the reading that I was getting. So there's a lot of shakeup relating to the old establishment, watching it fall, and just seeing a lot of new things rise, right? So it's like we're planting seeds, and we're now just seeing the new seeds sprout. It's going to take some time, but we're seeing things move into a much more positive direction. So when we get into March and April and May, these are catalyst months, right? Mars is kind of just like, it's the planet of war, it's the planet of action, it's the planet of energy, right? We're going to see a lot of that in the next coming month. So something really big is certainly on the horizon. But yes, February has certainly been a very emotional month. There's been a lot of stuff, even for me as well too, with legalities and taxes and finances. A lot of that has been coming up throughout all of February for me. So that's been a lot of stuff as well too. There's been a lot of emotional things as well too, with my family as well too, that I've been witnessing here in February, and a lot of people I've been talking to going through the same thing. So it's definitely an emotional releasing month, which represents February. All right. So Mira, thank you again for your question. I appreciate it. Did I hear just someone say I don't like black objects? Okay, well, that's something you got to work on, man. You're going to experience black in this reality, so it might be good to to harmonize that. Whatever you don't like, make peace with it. Don't keep saying, oh, I don't like this. Well, change it, shift it. You're going to see things in your reality that are black, man. All right? Get over it, right? Work with that. Discover why you don't like the black energy, right? The reason why I use the black ball is because it's universal for holding all vibrations of energy within it, okay? That represents a lot of dense energy. You can't use any other colored ball with that, okay? Every other colored ball has its own frequency. When you're working with the black, you're actually holding all the vibrational spectrums universally, right? So, right, I'm wearing a black shirt right now. Am I going to hate myself because I wear a black shirt? No. You want to get over that. That's part of the spectrum of creation, my friend, okay? So you want to work with that and say, I'm going to turn this into something good. Because look what happens when we do a black ball, white ball, right? You get liberation. That energy starts to release. Look at the idea of black soil, right? You put seeds in black soil, and it's that soil and all its nutrients that allow the seeds to sprout. Without that black soil, those seeds can't sprout, okay? So go over, look into these things that you feel I don't like. I really do not like this. Well, that's your own problem. No one else has to be responsible for your insecurities, right? So whatever you don't like is you telling you, I have an insecurity about this. I have a vulnerability about this. And if you want to go through that life and feed that as identity, it's going to get you nowhere. It's going to box you in, right? So just be aware of that. Whenever I hear people say, I don't like this or I don't like that, because I get this all the time. Oh, Brad, I don't like that word. I don't like the way they use that word. It's not my problem. I'm not responsible for your insecurities, right? You have to look at that. You have to find out the box, what that box is that's boxing you in, that's confining you, relating to a distaste of that word or that concept, because that's only going to put you in a prison. Liberate yourself from what you don't like and be at peace with it. That's how you set yourself free. Okay? All right, let's move on. Okay, here's one from Madison. This is a question for Adronis. Hi, Adronis. Do migraines stem from emotional wounds that are suppressed, or is this from viruses like EBV, etc., or is it a combo? Lots of people I hear struggling from them, myself as well. Many thanks. Okay. Yes, I will bring Adronis in. He can talk a little bit more about the migraine phenomenon. Okay, one moment, and here we go. Terra Soul Star Sirius Adronis. We are here. At this time, we bid you greetings and thank you very much for the opportunity of this interaction. I am Adronis of Sirius, sending love, appreciation, and gratitude to all who are tuning into this broadcast through your internet collective consciousness. We thank you, Madison, for your question regarding migraines. What is this all about? Is it something emotional? Is it something that is toxic? Is it something physical? Or is it a combination? What is it all about? Well, yes, it is a combination of those things. But the idea of migraines mainly comes from the idea of your brain, as it were, summoning a red alert sign. A migraine is a red alert. All right? When you have headaches, those would be in that sense as what you would term as a yellow alert. That's letting you know in that sense that there is some strain, there is physical toxicity, there is mental toxicity, there is emotional toxicity, but it is at a yellow alert level. When you're moving into migraines, there is something a lot more serious. All right? This can be in that sense heavy toxicity, emotionally, mentally, physically. But it is a red alert siren that is coming into you, because it's not just the idea of the brain, it's also looking into your spine as well too. You can actually get migraines from, in that sense, having a misaligned spine, having misalignments within the spinal column. So it is very important that you are addressing these areas, yes, emotionally, mentally, and physically. That there can be toxicities, that there can be metals, that there can be atrophy within the areas of the spine or within the brain, but again, it is a red alert. It is not something to take lightly. So you may want to look into the idea of a new adjusted food plan that again is helping to clear out a lot of toxicity physically within the body. You may also want to look into the idea of spine and hip adjustments, helping to therefore compensate to where there has been this red alert siren taking place. And again, working with traumatic issues, working with heavy emotional issues, because they all play a part in that. But in that sense, the mind, as it were, or rather the brain, we will say more appropriately, is again shall we say, showing yourself that there is an emergency, letting you know that the red alert is being sounded off and that you do need to address it. All right. So there are many factors within these particular areas that play a part, but it is through the nature that the brain and the spine itself is compromised physically, emotionally, and mentally, and it's at red alert status. All right. We thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much, Madison, for your question. It's a good one too. So it's not just the brain, it's the spine as well too. All right. Thank you, Adronis, and thank you, Madison. Okay. Oops, let me go back up to where I was. Okay, George says, Brad, I have been reading the Gnostic texts. I know we have a soul. Can you or Adronis tell me what is the difference between soul and spirit? Well, I can share that with you. I can share that with you because Adronis has talked about this in the past as well too. Spirit has no form whatsoever, okay? A soul has a type of form that we can do because a soul basically incarnates, okay? We basically can look at our own soul body and we can give it some type of image, we can give it some type of impression. With spirit, no. Spirit is imageless. Spirit is formless altogether. It is that which is truly changeless. It is that which is truly perfect, okay? And our soul is still continuously evolving, right? If we look at our soul body, we can certainly see a form of perfection there as well too. But the soul is basically the configuration between the spirit and the mind, right? It basically forms a body. And it is through that that we incarnate, right? Our soul is everywhere. It's everywhere, it's everything, it's all things, okay? The entire universe, but we can even go beyond this universe because we are beyond this universe. But the soul in that sense represents an impression, right? A continuum of expression. So it works together as that kind of conglomeration between the mind and the spirit altogether. But when you're looking at the spirit, it's like you're looking at the breath, right? The breath itself is changeless, right? So we're always breathing in, breathing out. There's never going to be a new pattern in between, beyond breathing in or beyond breathing out. The spirit is life. The spirit is forever. The spirit is unchanging. The spirit is perfect. The spirit does not really engage in the state of experience or image, but the soul does. Okay, So that's kind of a genuine difference between the soul and the spirit. So it's like you're looking at a body pertaining to your soul and just looking at essence when it comes to spirit. Okay? Thank you very much, George. Okay. Just give me a moment, guys, as I'm looking at some of the questions here. Okay, this is from Maria. It's a question for Adronis. She says, Mother Gaia is bearing a lot what we as humanity did and still do to her. What can we specifically do to let cure herself beside the ecological issue? Just like what we were doing here with the black ball, white ball, right? You want to emotionally connect with the earth, and Adronis will come in here in a moment as well too and give his own 2 cents as well. Basically, you want to emotionally connect with the earth. You want to have a relationship with her, right? You want to go out and you want to put your hands on the grass. You want to go by an ocean. You want to dip your feet into the water, right? You want to connect with her. You want to tap into her. You want to build rapport with her. You want to have a relationship with her, okay? That really is the key here. It's not just looking at, well, we'll clean up the earth. That's good. That's a good thing. We do need to do that. But there's more to it than that, right? You have to look at how would you work with your own mother, right? Your own human mother. Are we just going to clean her up? Are we going to bathe her, right, and scrub her down? That's something very nice, but that's not the whole idea here. She's your mother, right? You have a relationship with your mother. You love your mother. You work with your mother. You talk with your mother. You connect with your mother, okay? That's exactly what we're doing with the earth. It's no different, right? But again, Mother Earth plays a much larger role. If it wasn't for Mother Earth, you would not have a human mother. So she is the greater mother, okay? So we are working to connect with her in that way. So let me bring Adronis in, and he can give his own perspective on this as well too, about what we can do to help Mother Earth out, to help Gaia out with her cure. Okay, one moment. We thank you once again for your question. It is very much to what we would agree that Brad has shared relating to Mother Earth. Now, the whole idea, in your ancient times, there was never a second thought about you being separated from Mother Earth. That was not even being pondered through your ancient civilizations. They never gave it a second thought. Of course we are connected to our Mother Earth. She's our mother. She is the living womb. She is what brings life to everything. We are a part of that life. How could we not rejoice with her? How could we not connect with her? How could we not love her? And you move into this very moment right now, into this era. You're still connected to life. You're still connected to nature. You're still connected to this beautiful womb that is Mother Gaia. So what's changed? Your perspective relating to conveniences, distractions, ignorance, arrogance, and getting into the idea of being much more technocratic and feeling that you must give yourself to the idea of technology. Give yourself to the idea of conveniences, of money, of politics, of these artificial systems. They have been grasping at you a lot more, rather than the idea of you looking at the beautiful earth that you are a part of and forming a divine relationship together with her. Because that's far more important than any of your artificial systems. That's far more important than your politics, than your finances, than your technology, everything. Because without her, you do not live. Your body cannot be here without her. Why is she not number one relating to the love that you wish to provide? Many of you put so much connection into your biological families, and that's fine. But without the earth, you would have no family. Without the earth, you would have no friends in this form, in this reality. You would have no nature. You would have no animals. You would not have this beautiful space that you are a part of. So why is Mother Earth down here and everything else that you worry or concern or are convenienced by way up here? Because of your perspective. Because of how you have trained yourself to focus so much on the surface-based happenings of your planet and its systems, rather than going to the Earth and bonding with her, just as Brad shared, connecting with your mother, having a relationship with your mother, forming that bond, going out into the forest, going into the ocean for a swim, and thanking her for the very air that you breathe, for the water that you drink, for the food that you eat, for the space that she provides, completely rent-free, by the way. Humans may charge for it, but not the Earth. She gives this to you freely. So you want to take into consideration the nature about how your relationship is with your Divine Mother. Don't you think she deserves more love? Humans, again, may charge for everything, but she doesn't. Not one bit has she ever had a tree hand you a bill for you being out in the forest, or seeing a bottle coming upon the ocean shore addressed to you with a bill for you putting your feet in the water. Not once has she done any of these things. So, why not build a beautiful relationship with your Divine Mother, with your true mother? Yes, you have a human mother, and that human mother is beautiful. But without the Earth, she won't exist. Without the Earth, you won't exist in this form. So it is just helping you to understand that as many of you connect back to your ancient roots, to your primordial roots, to your natural roots, that is the greatest assistance that you could ever give the Earth. When you work with her, when you put your hands in her soil, when you swim in her waters, when you hug her trees, when you climb her mountains, when you joyously breathe her fresh air, it is like a hug. It is affectionate. That's how she sees it. She encourages this through all of her children. No one is exempt. You will all receive joyous response from the Earth. Because that moment that you put your hands in her soil, it is like a caressing. You put your feet in her water, it is a soothing vibration for her. Connect with her. That's what this is all about. If Mother Earth did not want you here, you would be gone right now. Without a second thought, the Earth could do that. Just like that, all of you could be gone. She's never done that because she loves you. You are her children. She will never, ever harm her children in that way. To try and exterminate you like you're nothing more than a pestilence? No. She loves you. Don't you think it's time you give some of that love back just by being with her and bonding with her? That is what's going to propel you. That's what's going to evolve the Earth. That's what's going to advance her, is when her children are working in harmony with her, despite what is happening through your artificial system agendas. All right? Thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much for your question. Maria, we'll go down the list here a bit more. We'll take about 2 or 3 more questions, and we're going to wrap up. Okay, I'm just seeing if there's some questions here. It'd be good for many of us here. Okay, just go up the list here. Okay. It's an interesting question here from Lightspeed 612. Okay. They ask, Adronis, do you have any updates or information you can provide on the hybrid children? Okay, so let's look into that. See what Adronis shares. Okay. We thank you for your question. As it relates to your hybrid children, well, the situation is still very much the same. They are not really looking to come upon your planet until there has reached a certain level of maturity pertaining to the human civilization. Now, much of how this will be happening comes through the idea of what we have termed as the Great Divide and repopulation. So the idea in that sense is that this transitional cycle needs to play itself out, because there is going to be a divide. There is going to be repopulation. So as we've talked about, the splitting of worlds, very accurate, and basically looking at the idea of two truncated Earths pertaining to this idea, one representing the old, another representing the new, and that there will be those that are, as you would say, the meek, the compassionate, the loving, that will occupy the new Earth. It is through that Earth that the hybrids in time will make contact with, will connect with. Rather, we will say, you will be the ones doing the inviting, and they will be the ones responding. Right now, they are in their learning centers. They are going through many different forms of simulations. They are still going through a great deal of training, because there are many young ones that are still coming upon these learning centers constantly. And so they are being raised by their seniors, as it were, who are also of the same hybridization. There are times where mothers and fathers are able to astrally go to these learning centers and being able to visit children. There are also times often in the dream time, where the children are able to visit the parents. And this is the extent of how the relationship is transpiring at this time. So, yes, there is continued learning, continued knowledge, continued training on the children's behalf, so that some particular point where the Earth has reached that level of maturity necessary, because again, it's all about matching vibration. The hybrids would not fit in your modern society because they have no part in that. Their vibration is not compatible with that type of frequency. The vibration that you're at right now with the modern civilization is not compatible with the beings that you'll want to connect with. It's too dense. So again, it needs to play itself out. The idea of this great divide, of the displacement, of the depopulation, not depopulation, rather repopulation, displacement, repopulation, and harvest. As that happens, and as this splitting of world takes place, and the new Earth, in that sense, takes form, takes root, then again, that is the planet that is going to be happening, with coexistence between the human race and the hybrid races. And those that are the old will go to another Earth and play themselves out in that way. But in that sense, you're going through two different arenas, two different truncated Earths here. And through repopulation, that will be happening. And that is transpiring right now, but will still take several years for it to reach a state of culmination. All right? So, no, not depopulation, repopulation. Slip of the tongue there. All right? We thank you very much. Okay. Thank you very much for your question, Lightspeed. It's a good one, too. So I'm just going down the list here a bit more. Someone asked, do I have any plans to publish a new book? No, not at all. Maybe a comic book down the road, but no. I'm pretty much done with books for right now. They just don't get read, right? Because I've created a few of them, but they just don't get read. You know, if I'm fortunate if I get maybe a couple hundred people reading it, and that's not really what I want to seek out. You know, if I do a book, I want thousands to reach it. But that hasn't been my experience. There's a lot more success with doing like the healing code cards, right? because those are simple. And I like to have visualization a lot more with the stuff I do. It's not just printed word, right? To me, I find that kind of boring. So I really like to do things that are much more visual. People can see, right? With the healing code cards, you can see beautiful designs and you can feel the effects coming into it. With videos, you can see me, you can hear me, right? These are the kind of things I really like. Books are just, they're boring to me, really. Unless I'm doing something like a science fiction or something like that. But like I said, I'd probably do that in comic book form because I really enjoy the visual aspect a lot more than just printed word. It's kind of boring to me. Okay, so we're going to take one more question, guys. We're going to wrap up today. I'm just looking for a good one to end on. Okay. You know, I get a lot of these questions about people saying, Brad, how can I deal with this? Brad, how can I deal with that? What about this emotion? What about that emotion? Guys, I have told you. BCR technique. TC technique. Okay? Black ball, white ball. It's like the same questions are coming in every week. This is why I'm kind of ignoring it, because I've already told you guys what you need to do when you're going through emotional states, right? Like, I don't know how to make that any more clearer to you, right? Why aren't you doing the BCR technique? Are you doing it daily? And are you continuing to do it constantly, day after day? Because that's what's going to make a difference, right? If you have friends, if you have loved ones that are going through very challenging times or going through very hard emotional times, then you show them that video. You show them BCR TC technique. You show them the black ball, white ball, because that's going to help. You got to be persistent with this. It's like a person that says, you know, I really want to get better and I want to get healthy and I want to get well. Okay, well, go to the gym. All right, you go to the gym, you do a workout. You do one workout and you get discouraged. Why aren't I like an Arnold Schwarzenegger? Because I did one gym session. Shouldn't I be bulging with muscle right now? Of course not. You got to go back to the gym. You got to commit. You got to dedicate yourself to that. Okay? The same thing goes with your emotional well-being. You have to dedicate yourself to accumulating love. You keep telling yourself, I'm not worthy of love. I don't deserve it. Well, then nobody can do anything for you until you go within yourself and give yourself even just a little bit of a change. You flip the switch, and you're now able to start off with a simple little spark of joy, right? Through a dream, through your imagination, through a happy memory when you were a child, and you build that up, right? I get people saying, Brad, how do you deal with grief? Brad, how do you deal with panic, anxiety, fear? Guys, I've talked about this to death on my channel. To death. It's the most talked about conversation. Emotional healing. Okay? Please, for the love of goodness, go and check out the BCR-TC technique. Please check out the black ball, white ball technique. I am giving this away for free so you guys can use it. It works. But it's like the gym. You got to dedicate yourself to doing it. You got to commit to it. And over time, you'll start seeing amazing results. Okay? It's not like this. It's not like a red button. Here we go. I'm better now. Do you think that's what I've been doing? Guys, I've been doing this for the past 12 years. And I've been going through lots of healing. Those past 12 years, there's certainly a lot of improvement, but there's still certain areas I got to work on. I've been doing this 12 years. Okay? The same thing. You got to dedicate yourself. It's like a person that goes into a yoga class and gets themselves in great shape. And they feel a lot more connected with the mind and the body. Do you think they did that with one yoga class at the YMCA? You know, it's kind of a catch-22 here, guys. Okay? So when you have grief, when you know someone who has grief, when you have fear, when you know someone who has fear, you point them to my videos. They're free. Okay? But the catch is you got to commit to it. You got to dedicate yourself. If you tell yourself you can, you'll do it. If you tell yourself you can't, you won't do it. It's up to you. You are the center of your universe. You are the nexus point. What you say goes. Okay? Because I get quite a few of those questions here when I'm looking down the chat. Brad, what about this emotion? What about that emotion? What? Guys, seriously? I don't know how to make it any more clear to you. Okay? Please take advantage of the free things that are on this YouTube channel. please take advantage of the BCRTC technique. Please take advantage of the black ball, white ball. Do it, do it, do it. If you're willing to change, you're going to go far. If you're not, you got to work yourself within to therefore give yourself permission to say, I can change. And it's going to be a little bit of a change. It's going to be something small, but I'll be able to do it. Okay? That is you getting behind yourself. You have to give yourself permission. You're the gatekeeper. Okay? All right. So let me go down the list here and see if we can find one more question to add on, to end it on. I got more dyslexia coming in today. Okay. Okay. Says, I'm in nature every day. Oh, this is just from Maria. Follow up. I'm in nature every day, walking my doggy and loving every moment spending with her. Good. Do it more. More, right? As often as you can. It's good if you have an event in a day. And say, I spent this time with the earth. Well, are you doing it right now? Thank you, earth, for the beautiful air I'm breathing. Thank you, earth, for having the land so I can place my house here and live, right? Thank you, earth, for showing me the beautiful blue sky. Thank you, earth, for bringing me in a beautiful climate, a beautiful temperature that I may live prosperously, right? You're doing it religiously. Right? It's not just an event. Oh yeah, I went out and I walked my dog and I was out in nature. That's great. I'm glad you did that. But there needs to be more than that, right? It's like seeing your mom. Oh yeah, I just had that one event with my mom, right? Do you think of your mom a lot? Well, yeah, of course. I talk to her on the phone all the time. And what about the earth? Whatever you're doing with your family, you should be doing 100-fold with the earth, right? That's your true mom. So again, just a reminder of that. And I'm one to talk to. I still have to do it myself. But this, again, is what's coming through spirit. Okay. Okay. I'm mostly just seeing people comment right now, so I don't think we have any other questions. Some of these questions are interesting. I can't really get into it because they're going to be long answers in that way. One question is, if the earth is spinning at over 1,000 miles an hour, how come we don't feel the constant wind and get blown away? Because the earth is a magnet. It's a living electromagnetic device. All right, this is why we have what we term as the effect of gravity. Okay, it's not about the idea like we're going like this and we have to hold on and, come on, guys. You have to look at the idea of intelligence pertaining to creation, pertaining to love, right? It's infinite intelligence. If it's the idea of saying, well, if we're spinning, how come we're not just blowing off the earth and all that? It doesn't work that way, guys. It's a magnet, right? There's magnetism. There's radiation being sent from the sun that balances everything so that the earth can revolve in that particular way, okay? I'm not going to get into it too deeply today. It's a big discussion. But again, really, really meditate on these things, right? Because it shows you these things. So it's really, earth is a magnet. Earth is keeping it together through the radiation of the sun, okay? It's all balancing everything together. So a lot of things that are happening on a technical sense that we're still not finding out through science, okay? But it's not about the idea of the earth being flat. It's not about the idea of the earth spinning so fast that we're just going to fly right off it. No, the universe is not built with stupidity, okay? It has all of these things together intact. It's a greater science, and it does involve the star of our sun. It does involve radiation, it does involve magnetism, and it does involve the Earth's own internal systems to keeping everything intact so that it can revolve, so that we have day and night, okay? Okay, guys. Why am I bald? Because you chose to be. Come on, guys. You guys are just hilarious. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. I will go ahead and wrap this up for now, so please join me next Friday for Empathic Interfacing Live. All right. Let me just pull up the poster here again. Empathic Interfacing Live next Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific. All right. And again, I will be connecting with Athena. And of course, Rayar will be coming through and doing a light language transmission as well, too. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Take care. And I'll speak to you again in another perspective of the now. Take care. Thank you very much for checking out the New Earth Teachings YouTube channel. Feel free to check out my websites, newearthteachings.com, healingcodecards.com, healingcodeshop.com. Go on to healingcodecards.com to grab your body deck and your mind deck, also available in digital versions as well. And of course, you can follow me on social media, on Facebook, on MeWe, and of course on Telegram as well. Thank you again for tuning in, and I'll speak to you again in the next video. Take care and show the way.